Hello dear students, I'm Assistant Professor Rushali Ahir, and in our today's session of fermentation technology part 2nd, we are going to learn about the actual production process of tetanus vaccine. Now we have already studied about the general introduction about tetanus, and we all know that tetanus is an acute and highly fatal disease which is caused due to Clostridium tetani. Clostridium tetani has the ability to secrete exotoxin, and this exotoxin is responsible to cause tetanus. Basically, this Clostridium tetani, it produces two types of exotoxin. One is tetanolysin and second one is tetanospasmin. And this tetanospasmin, it is responsible to make the muscles rigid. So to avoid the problem created with this Clostridium tetani, we are going to produce a immunity power against a tetanus producing bacteria. So in this session we'll learn about the production of tetanus toxoid or tetanus vaccine. A tetanus toxoid is one of the most immunogenic antigen which is available for the protection against an infection disease in the world. All over the world, as this tetanus is caused due to Clostridium tetani and it is ubiquitous, that is, it is found everywhere. So, this disease is spread all over the world, and against this disease, the most effective immunogenic antigen is the tetanus toxoid. And this tetanus toxoid or tetanus vaccine, it is produced by the anaerobic fermentation process. So we will start with the production of tetanus toxoid. Now this tetanus toxoid, it was produced for the first time by the scientist R.O. Thomas, and he used semi-continuous fermentation process for the production of tetanus vaccine. They have also tried continuous method as well as scientist J.R. Hipley. He have tried to produce tetanus vaccine with the help of batch cultivation method, but both these methods were not effective for the production of tetanus vaccine, or the production rate was much more less as compared to semi continuous procedure. So for this production of tetanus vaccine, mostly semi continuous fermentation technique is used. So as we all know that the strain here utilized is Clostridium tetani. So for the production of it, we use thioglycolate medium, and here is the composition of thioglycolate medium, which includes casein, then papic digest of soybean meal, dextrose, sodium chloride, sodium thioglycolate, then different types of amino acids like cysteine, sodium sulfate, hemine, vitamin K1, agar, sodium bicarbonate, and the pH of this medium is adjusted at 7 plus minus 2. So in this way, in the thioglycolate medium, we grow our actual strain for the production of tetanus toxoid. Now we'll study about the fermentation tank. So generally a steam jacketed glass lined fermenter is used for the production of tetanus toxoid. Generally here all the temperature and pH controllers are set, as well as different types of agitators are placed inside the fermenter to provide a proper aeration and agitation. As well as the fermentation tank here, it consists of two nozzles, one for inoculation of our strain and second one is for the withdrawal of sample. Once a proper fermenter is set and medium, which is thioglycolate medium, is prepared. This medium, it is sterilized at 118 to 122 degrees Celsius for 1 hour, and after completion of 1 hour it is immediately cooled to 36 to 39 degrees Celsius. And at these temperature, mostly 37 degrees Celsius temperature is preferred. So at 37 degrees Celsius the inoculation is carried out. So for the inoculation we need to prepare a seed culture of Clostridium tetani. Seed culture means we have to prepare a inoculum development. Actually this is a process of inoculum development. Basically Clostridium tetani, it is stored or maintained at minus 70 degrees Celsius in near about 1 ml ampules. Ampules are the small bottles in which the cultures are preserved, and Clostridium tetani culture, it is preserved at minus 70 degrees Celsius. So for the preparation of inoculum, basically near about 200 to 300 thioglycolate medium is taken. In that thioglycolate medium, 2 to 3 ampules are broken and the culture is added in that medium. After the addition or inoculation of Clostridium tetani from the ampules into the thioglycolate medium, it is incubated at 37 degrees Celsius for 24 to 30 hours. After this incubation process, this thioglycolate medium containing our strain, it is inoculated in the fermentation tank or culture tank. In this culture tank, it is incubated for more 7 to 8 days at 36 to 39 degrees Celsius. Firstly, from the ampules, the culture is added into 200 to 300 ml thioglycolate medium and it is incubated at 37 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. After 24 hours, this culture, it is then transferred to culture tank and there it is incubated for 7 to 8 days for at 36 to 39 degrees Celsius. While this process, different types of nitrogen source or aeration is provided so that the yield of Clostridium tetani can be increased. Once a satisfactory yield is obtained, then it is used for the fermentation process. Then see, here is the flow. Now we have already media preparation is done, inoculum is developed. Now our actual process of development of tetanus toxoid will study in detail. Here is a flow sheet or the process involved in the tetanus toxoid production. So first step is cultivation. So the Clostridium tetani, it is anaerobic organism, so it is anaerobically the addition of Clostridium tetani, it is carried out in the medium, after which as it produces exotoxin, so cell lysis, breakdown of cell is carried out once the incubation process is completed. Then after the production of toxin, we need to separate the media components and the toxin, so we carry out centrifugation process. During centrifugation process, the pellet is separated and only the supernatant is collected. Our supernatant consists of our actual toxin. So after the collection of supernatant, different types of detoxification or detoxificating agents are added in that. This process is known as detoxification. Like for the inactivation process, like formalin, formaldehyde are added, after which After the detoxification, the next step is of purification. Purification of toxide is carried out by the process of ultrafiltration. Here the filter consists of near about 0.2 micrometer pore size. After ultrafiltration process, different types of salts are present in our media or our product. So for this, fractional precipitation process is carried out, which consists of different types of salts like ammonium sulfate, and such residues of these salts are removed by the gel filtration process. After the purification process, different types of adjuvants and preservatives are added in it to increase the shelf life of toxide. And after addition of preservatives, these toxoid or vaccine, it is filled in different types of ampoules or the vials. This is the actual process of production of tetanus vaccine. We will diagrammatically study this process. See here we can see. पहले तो हमने क्या किया, our production strain, it was present in the different ampule. So these ampule, it was poured into 200 to 300 medium and a proper seed culture was developed. After the production of seed culture in the thioglycolate medium, it is added in the fermentation tank. Here actual production of tetanus toxoid is carried out. Different types of nutrients, aeration and agitation is provided and the fermentation process is completed. After the production of toxin, our next process is the removal of this product. After removal, we go for the purification. This purification process, it is carried out with the help of ultrafiltration. Using ultrafiltration, we remove all the cell debris and the medium components and only pure toxoid or the toxin is removed, after which it is diluted with the help of glycine solution. After the addition of glycine solution, as we know, our next step was detoxification or inactivation of the toxin. It is carried out with the help of formaldehyde solution. Once our toxin is inactivated with the help of formaldehyde solution, we add different types of adjuvants like alum, and we also add different types of preservatives and stabilizers to increase the shelf life, such as monosodium glutamate. Monosodium glutamate, it makes our vaccine stable, and preservatives like thimerosal. Thimerosal is a preservative which increase the shelf life of tetanus toxin tetanus toxoid. After addition of different types of preservatives, our vaccine is ready. This vaccine, it is filled in different types of ampoules or the vials, which is a completely automated process. After the filling, proper inspection is carried out. During this infection, the our toxin or our vaccine, it undergoes various processes like sterility testing, toxicity testing are carried out of this toxoid, and later on different types of labels are placed on it, which consist of manufacturing date, expiry date, then the strain used and amount of vaccine should be given. Everything are mentioned on the label, and then final packaging is done and our vaccine is ready to market. So this is the production process of tetanus vaccine. Here also you can see the डाउनस्ट्रीमिंग प्रोसेस ऑफ टेटानस वैक्सीन. जब भी हमारा फर्मेंटर में प्रोडक्ट तैयार हो जाता है तो हमें पहले क्या करना पड़ता है, हार्वेस्ट करने के बाद हम क्या करते हैं, जो सेंट्रीफ्यूगेशन की प्रोसेस कैरिड आउट की थी. सो सेंट्रीफ्यूगेशन के प्रोसेस में हमने देखा था कि सुपरनेटन हम कलेक्ट कर रहे थे। तो ये जो पेलेट होता है, इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ डेड एंड फिल्टर्स, इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ वेरियस सेल डेब्रीज एंड ऑल। फिर यहाँ से हम क्या करते थे, अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस यूज़ करके प्योरीफिकेशन करते हैं। सो with the help of ultrafiltration process and column chromatography, we separate our desired product and other components. Then it again goes through filtration process second. Various cells are removed. Then inactivation process is carried out with the help of formaldehyde. Further again, ultrafiltration is carried out for the removal of formaldehyde. Then proper formulation is done by adding adjuvants, stabilizers and preservatives, and then our product is ready. So this is actual production process of tetanus vaccine. Here we have completed with our production of tetanus vaccine. Thank you. Before ending with the session, uh, one must understand that proper testing of all the products should be carried out. So before marketing, the test on starting materials like microbial culture should be pure, as well as media, proper pH of medium should be adjusted, sterility of medium should be checked to avoid the contamination risk. Then specific toxoid is, or the toxicity testing should be carried out of the product. After the production, different types of adjuvants like alum contain chloride ions, and their pH and sterility should be also checked of the adjuvants and the preservatives. Then we have added preservatives like thimerosal. So thimerosals should be, or the preservative should also be sterile while adding into the vials, or else it will contaminate our vaccine. And most important, when our vaccine is completely ready, its opacity, its potency, its stability, preservative content, checking for pyrogens, checking for toxicity, checking for sterility testing should be carried out of our vaccine, and then only it is ready for giving to the persons. Okay, thank you.